Get that for a sunshine. Absolutely massive day ahead for Celtic. It was good to see all the fans and all my mates heading over to Germany. A little bit jealous, not because I've got this today. The big choice for Brendan Rodgers this afternoon, well, late this evening, is does he start Kyogo, and will Trusty start? Obviously Trusty's going to start. I think that Trusty has earned his position on the bench, from the bench onto the first team. When you look at Lewis Palmer, I didn't notice if Lewis Palmer made the flight. Will he go down now the same route of Sead Haksabanovic? Sead Haksabanovic is obviously a player that was sent away from Celtic down to Stoke, remember, and then sold after his public outburst on social media. Now that Lewis Palmer has done something similar, will that be the end game for Lewis Palmer, or will he be on the bench tonight? It's going to be a massive night for Kyogo. I think Kyogo deservedly will start the game. Can he get a goal away in the Champions League? And ultimately, who will start in the midfield? I wanted to see Arne Engels and Paulo Bernardo playing together. We got that at the weekend, and I thought the two of them were absolutely fantastic. Does he drop Rio Hatate though? Rio Hatate does have that little bit of Champions League experience, and it's going to be an interesting one, because the players that the managers brought in on a permanent basis this summer, obviously being Paulo Bernardo and Arne Engels, are the future of the club in a European football sense. Does the manager now think that, you know what, maybe the Japanese guys are not going to cut it at Champions League level, and by that I don't mean they're not good enough. They're obviously good enough, but getting the team playing the way that Brendan Rodgers wants to get the team playing. Ultimately, Brendan has a massive decision to make. We're all glad that it's Brendan Rodgers making the decisions at Celtic and no one else. When it comes to the back four, I think the manager will go down the tried and trusted route. It will be Taylor, it will be Liam Scales, who just can't do anything wrong at the moment. He does have his little lapses of concentration that Liam Scales always has throughout a game on the odd occasion. But it'll be Trusty, and in Trusty we trust. Us and Trusty we do trust. And then it'll be Greg Taylor over the other side. Or will it be Alex Valley? Alex Valley came on the second half of the game at the weekend, and he was more than capable. People saw the real Alex Valley. Would you please stand up? And I think we've got a fantastic little player. And it's weird, because I've had a conversation with someone last night and on about the fact that we might buy Alex Valley from Barcelona after this season-long loan, which would be interesting if we did. What does it say for Greg Taylor? Well, Greg Taylor knows what it's like to be a Celtic player. He has done it many times. You look at the players that have come in and tried to knock him off his position. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that in the next couple of months. It's good that we've finally got a left back. That can give Greg Taylor a run for his money, let's face it. So that's going to be my back four. Tell me your back four in the comment section. In the midfield, I think the manager will start with Paulo Bernardo. I think he'll start with Paulo Bernardo, Arne Engels and Callum McGregor. Callum McGregor is always going to start these games. He's got the most experience, with him and James Forrest being the most senior players of the squad when it comes to European experience on a Celtic perspective. Yes, we do have the one and only clean sheet Kasper Schmeichel. Can clean sheet Kasper Schmeichel keep a clean sheet tonight in Germany? That would be a massive, absolutely massive round the world. If we manage to keep a clean sheet tonight, can we do it? We know that we won't set up for a draw in Germany tonight. It's just not the Celtic style. We will go out and try and dominate the game as much as we can. Let's hope we get back to closing the players down, because one thing that I noticed at the game at the weekend is we weren't doubling up on players as much as we have been towards the end, the beginning of the season. Is that something that Brendan Rodgers would have picked up on? And is it something that he would tell them, look, in Germany, you're going to have to buckle up, you're going to have to double up on players in their half, because if you don't, there's a chance that they'll run riot over us. But they aren't playing to the best of form just now. Dortmund. Is it a good time to get them? There's probably no better time to get them in a European football sense. What will be your score predictions? Well, after that midfield three, we obviously need to get to the forwards for Celtic, and I think that the forwards will be Kyogo will start. I think Kyogo will start, and the wingers will be Kuhn and Dyson Maeda. They two are on fine form just now. I don't think that there's another two wingers at the club that can really displace them. Will he bring Jamesy Forrest in from the cold to start a Champions League game, to start at the highest level? I think he'll get on the bench purely for the fact that we know the experience that James Forrest has on a European level when it comes to Celtic. Where will the goals come from? Well, we all thought Dyson Maeda had scored first at the weekend. Kyogo needs to be on form tonight. Whoever scores first, if it is us or if it is Dortmund, I'm sure it will be some game. So tell me what your score predictions are going to. I hate doing score predictions, especially for an away game in Europe, because over the years it hasn't been happy hunting for us when it comes to a European football sense. Can Celtic get something out of this game? I definitely think that we can. We're good enough. We finally got a team. Has Brendan Rodgers amassed a team of players that can finally achieve something on a European football sense? Well, we've got no bigger test than the runners-up to the Champions League last year, and it's probably the biggest test of Brendan Rodgers' career. Is it fair enough to say that? If he gets anything, Brendan Rodgers can get this Celtic team to get absolutely anything from the game tonight. I think it'll just make it even more prudent for the PLC to back him in the future windows, because let's face it, we need to get in players well before the summer transfer window when it comes to next season. When it comes to getting some players in the next window, I hope we can strengthen, and I hope we can get the players in that the manager wants. But the game tonight, I think it could be a draw. I'm hoping, maybe just hoping for a draw, because let's face it, if Celtic can get a draw this evening, there'll be no better result on a European sense. The fact that if we can just get some points to maintain the position that we're in the European Champions League, can we stay in the top of the Champions League? Can we even win tonight? Could you imagine if Celtic were managed to sneak a 1-0 draw or something like that and stay within the top 10? Because if we could stay within the top 10 of the Champions League, well, it is just going to be happy days, and people will be going absolutely mental tonight. Yes, I'm heading back home now. I will be doing it live later on this afternoon. I will try and jump on an hour and 15 minutes before the game as normal. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world. Check out the picture in the community tab where I found a Celtic scarf and a little Spanish pub. Brilliant.